Welcome back to the Hexagon Challenge. In today's episode, we have our first two games in the Asian Champions League. We are playing Dordoy, who are from Kyrgyzstan. We then have our second game against Paxtakor against Uzbekistan. We've got a couple games in the League and Cup as well that we'll play off camera. We've not had the best start of the season. We won our opening game, but since then we've drew 2, lost 1. We did win 4-0, but they were against a pretty rubbish side. So we've actually really struggled. The only teams we've beat are the teams in the bottom 4. So we are kind of struggling. I don't really know why. I think chopping and changing the tactic based on players available is maybe having an influence as well. But Tresoldi's been brilliant. Everyone else, though, I'm not sure of it. 8 and 5, he's been brilliant. But Kangin Lee, he's not been great. 2 assists in 5, no goals. That's slightly worrying. But he was brought in for a specific reason, and we'll see that right now. So for our first game, we are playing Dordoy from Kyrgyzstan. And as you can see, you can basically register 8 foreign players, or you can register as many foreign players as you want, but when it comes to the actual match day squad, you can have 6 foreign players, 5 foreign players, and not including Asian. So as you can see, this is what we've got. Kangin Lee doesn't have that Asian little tag next to it because he is Asian, so he counts as our extra player. So that was the reason for it. This is the team we've got. We've got Akfeld in goal, back 4 of Alanetsi, and we're playing a left back at right back because Zaruni is obviously one of the foreign players we've decided to leave out. Hoffam is another one. He was already travelling for international duty anyway, so it works out quite nicely. Shamari currently injured, so he's out. And then the back 3 of, back 4, sorry, Alanetsi, Al Hassan, Diamande, and Fakihi. Alatabi and Sherky in midfield. Then we've got Palmer on the right, Kangin Lee on the left, and then Camus and Tresoldi up top. We're going to go 4-2-4 for the Champions League. I think that works best with the players we've got available. We don't have much in terms of players on the bench, so we really have to hope that the starting 11 is the right one. Let me just check. We are on key highlights. There we go. So I think we should be fine in this group. We've got a team from Kyrgyzstan. We've got a team from the UAE. We've got a team from... I can't remember where the last one was from. Okay, I've just forgotten. I've just looked at it. Anyway, we know what it is. Paxtakor. I can't remember where they're from. The UAE team, that's the one that's going to be difficult. But really, I think we should be winning all our games. I think we should be finishing top of the group pretty comfortably. How much we win these games by, I don't know. If it's very, very, very big amounts, then maybe we'll... No, I guess we'll still play the 2 on camera that we planned for today. That was always the plan. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting how it works. It seems like it's kind of split between East and West, which I guess with all the travel makes sense. And then really you only actually get to play people from another part of Asia in the final. So realistically, it's probably going to be a team from Japan or Korea if we can get to the final. Probably likelihood is in the knockouts we'll be playing Saudi teams. So it's really not that it's really not that impressive, like playing in the Asian Champions League in this side of the world, because you're just basically going to be playing teams from your league. Obviously, there's teams from like Qatar and UAE and stuff that could give you some trouble, but honestly, for the most part, we should be fine. We have had a very nice early start. Al Khamis representing Saudi gets our first goal. Again, apologies. I'm sniffy, my eyes are red, it's hay fever, I have terrible hay fever, and it's really bad at the minute. Cole Palmer gets his first goal of the season, it's 2-0, and we're looking pretty good. This is what I wanted to see, just total domination, Ezekiel Jackson style, very obscure wrestling reference there. Yeah, I just expect us to absolutely fly through the group. We've got 6 games in the group. You play, it's groups of 4. Everyone plays each other twice, so 6 games in total. But yeah, I mean, league, I don't know why it's just not going very well in the league. We've had a couple players missing, but realistically, it's not been anyone like key. So I don't know. Maybe it's switching between tactics too much. It's hard to say. It seems odd. It seems odd that we're struggling. It looks like Kangin Lee's picked up a bit of a knock. He looks okay to continue though, so we'll probably take him off at the half. But yeah, he's been a little bit disappointing, but I guess he's probably the only other Asian that's any good. So we'd be playing a Saudi player there if he wasn't there. So I think it's okay to have him there. But 2-0, and we are looking good for it. I would expect us to get to a pretty late stage. The board want us to get to the quarters. I personally want to try and win this, but league form isn't suggesting we are dominating in any fashion. That was a decent free kick. If you could have kept that down, that was some power on that. But remains 2-0. I mean, they've not really had a sniff at all. We're definitely the better side, which is good, which is what we want to see. Ideally, we want to finish top of the group end of the game just to feel comfortably top of the group. But Al Wada, that'll be the big game in this group, definitely. And obviously we'll play them twice, one off camera, one on camera. But yeah, we'll take Kang In Lee off. He obviously picked up a little bit of a knock, but he seems okay now, but we'll take him off anyway. We'll take Zubiardi on as well. We'll bring Diamande off. Just because he was on that yellow card, we don't want anyone getting suspended for any of these games. Give some of the Saudi boys a bit of a run out. Looks like something happened. I'm not really sure what it was. I don't know. Penalty for something. Someone got shoved in the box, apparently. Not sure. Looks like it's going to be Alcamis to take. Would have thought it would have been Tresoldi. But Alcamis slots it away. Gets his second of the game. 3-0 now. And his third of the season. Lots of threes all around. Good stuff. Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking very good. There seems like there's quite a bit of a gap between the top teams in Asia and the rest. Yeah, it seems like those top leagues in Asia, Japan, Saudi, Korea, even UAE and China and stuff. But like then you go to like the rest of them, yeah, they're pretty rubbish from what I can see. I mean, we're not beating them 10-0, but they're not great. They've really done nothing. That's poor, that though. That is very poor from one of our Saudi boys, unfortunately. Thankfully, their effort was so bad. I don't know how Akfeld's let it go out for a corner. Their effort was so bad that I'm not really too worried about them scoring unless they score a fluke. I say that they're probably going to score now. No, yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah. Anyway, 3-0. Oh, sorry, I apologize so much. It's so gross, rubbing my nose and stuff on camera, but it's needs must at the minute with this hay fever. They do swing one in, but we do manage to get it out. Alatabi, it's very negative from him. All that space in front of him, and decides to go back to the centre back. Can he be a bit more positive? Not really. Kind of goes for the sideways crab pass. That's poor from Shirky. That's very sloppy from Shirky. Clearly feeling a bit complacent here. We are letting them get chances, which is disappointing. Thankfully, they're absolute rubbish, so it doesn't really matter. Salem down the left hand side, racing forward, plays in Tresoldi, who finds Alcamis, hasn't got really many in front of him, goes himself, plays it off to Palmer, but he was offside, and he will be brought back for the offside. 3-0 as it stands. We do have a free kick though to try and make it for Cole Palmer. Oh, it's just over the bar. It was a decent effort. He went for glory. 3-0 up in an Asian Champions League game. Why not? Why not go for glory? Still 3-0. Still looking the better side. I think we'll be just fine in this group. I think we'll be very much already looking at the knockouts. But we've probably got to play Al Wada first before we can say that. I think if we can beat Al Wada, then we'll probably feel even better. Alanetzi with an effort on the half volley, or on the volley. I can't remember. It's hard to see in the match engine, but caught it on the volley. Unfortunately, couldn't get it on target. We will be playing a left back at right back. I think that's just the way it has to be. It's just the way it has to be, I think, for this with the strict rules on foreign players. But honestly, 6 in the 11, 5 non-foreign players. I think we can suffice. For 3 of them in the back line as well, I think we'll be okay. So a 3-0 win, good stuff. Off to a very positive start in our group. And now we'll go play a couple games off camera, League, Cup, and we'll come back for the second game against Paxtakor, who are from Uzbekistan. So for our second game of the episode, we are away to Paxtakor. It's the same team that played the first game in the group. We did win our 2 games in between as well. We won our league game 2-0 against Al Ettifaq. And then we won our cup game like 8-0. It seemed like they didn't play a single foreign player in it for some reason. So I can't remember who that was against. It was definitely Al something, but I can't remember. I am not on key highlights because I am trying to get through the league games quicker. That is my mistake. We missed a penalty. Brilliant. I need to take Alcamis off them. I think Tresoldi should be our penalty taker. Whether I don't actually know, he didn't miss a penalty. I think it was probably an offside goal or something. But these lost to Al Wada in the first game, so you would think we should be okay to beat them. But we haven't really got off to a massive start. Obviously, we are travelling away from home. Bit of a trek, probably, I imagine, from Saudi to Uzbekistan. Bit of a trek, perhaps. It is quite a big continent, is Asia. Goes out for a corner. We need to get a hold of this game. We need to get the first goal. Let's not let them get any kind of confidence. Good work from Akfeld to come out from the corner and collect. Still 0-0. and it is their goalkeeper to play out. But it's a pretty poor kick as it comes straight back to us. Cole Palmer with a lot of Paxton players in front of him, but does well enough, but unfortunately does lose out. But they just launch it forward, hoof it up to no one, and we can rebuild again. Shirky looking to unlock the first goal. Keeps going, does Shirky, plays it to Alan Netzi, probably wasn't expecting it. Shirky on the first touch. What a hit from Ryan Shirky, gets his first goal of the season. He was very good at scoring goals from midfield last year. Hasn't been as prolific so far, but hopefully that kickstarts him. Good goal from him. Assist, well, like a 5-yard pass from Alatabi. And we are 1-0 up in the group. That probably puts us top of the group, I would imagine. Yeah, it does. Top of the group. Dordoy and Wada probably playing their game at the minute as well. But yeah, I would expect us to win the game. I would expect us to win the top of the group as well. But our Wada is going to be the one that pretty much determines it. Decent work from them. But unfortunately for them, their effort does go over the bar. And yeah, I think this is the setup. I think 4-2-4, take Hoffman out, bring Camus in as a striker. He's more than good enough to play these games, and then just play our left back at right back. I think that's the move. I think it keeps our best players in, keeps our midfield intact, keeps our attackers intact. Tresoldi's in there, Palmer, Lee. So yeah, obviously if someone like Palmer or Lee were injured, Hoffman could come in for those guys. And if we ever had multiple injuries in attack, we can always bring in Zaruni as well to play in right back. So thankfully, because you don't have to register certain people, you're not locked in. So we're not going to have players that, I was worried there might have been a bit of a mutiny about leaving players out, but it's not the case. It is just match day rules rather than registration rules. Cole Palmer gets on the end of a lovely cross from Bakihi, makes it 2-0, and that should be that. Still lots of game time left, but realistically, they've barely had a sniff. We've definitely been the better side. And once again, we are showing our prowess in the group. I am just going to have to very quickly give my nose a little rub, so apologies for that. Not what you want to see on the face cam, but hay fever is just killing me. Palmer with a great assist there. Alatabi gets his first goal of the season, makes it 3-0. Look at this. I'm absolutely dying of hay fever. Still putting the effort in to make the content. So to the 30 viewers, you're welcome. Shirky cuts inside, tries to find the net, but unfortunately this time it does go over. Still 3-0 for us. We're looking good, but yeah, I mean, it's just hard to say. It's like, I think we would always progress through the group, but it's really just, can we beat probably the other Saudi sides and then beat one final team from the other side of Asia? I think that's going to, well, obviously that is going to determine whether we win the Champions League. If we do, that is another continent down, and that is us officially, once we win Asia, that is us officially halfway through the challenge. I do think the start of the challenge is actually harder than the end. I think it's actually easier to win the last few because you're a bigger manager, you can take bigger clubs. Like this, we've came into one of the best teams in the Asia. In Africa, I mean, we were still not one of the best teams, I don't think. Obviously in Oceania, we started lower, then went to New Zealand, and we still had to build them up to be one of the better sides in New Zealand. They've actually got themselves a goal. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, but he's got himself a goal. Good work from him, Erkinov. Good for Erkinov. He gets himself a goal. Disappointing from us to let one in, but nevertheless, it's 3-1. Kangin Lee has picked a bit of a knock, so we'll take him off at half-time. Bursting down the left-hand side is Kangin Lee. Swings it into Tresoldi. I mean, that's a pretty poor save from the goalkeeper. He's let it out for a corner. Whipped in, and unfortunately, it does go behind the net. I'm going to just very quickly turn the camera off for 2 seconds in this half to blow my nose because this hay fever is destroying me. Right, nose blown, we're all good. Let's get back into it. Well, I didn't mean to say I was unhappy, but anyway, we'll take Kangin Lee off because he's got a knock. Other than that, though, let's just run with the same team and let's just keep the win. Obviously, we are winning the game. We're looking very comfortable. We did let one sloppy goal in, but we should be fine. Fakihi plays it into Salem, who tries to play it back to Alatabi. Well, he does play it back to Alatabi, but unfortunately, not the prolific goal scorer. He has scored one today, though, so you never know. Maybe he's feeling confident. Salem, who's still, one of those players with lots of potential, but just doesn't seem to matter with these Saudi players. They don't seem to, none of them seem to be realizing that potential. And I think that's the difference between, like, the star ratings are quite big actually in this league, because obviously the difference between, you know, the 2-star, 2.5-star players in Saudi and the 4-star players from foreign players, there's quite a big gap. But yeah, anyway, Al-Wada do get themselves a goal, so they level us on points, but we are top, probably on goal difference, because we've scored plenty of goals in these 2 games. We'll probably make a couple subs. Well, I was going to make a couple subs and take boys off, but we've actually got a set piece, and if we concede, I'd be a little bit worried, but we didn't concede. So we can take some players on. We'll bring Shamari on for Cole Palmer. We'll bring Zubiadi on for Al Hassan, because he's pretty tired as well. We'll leave it there. There's a couple of boys in midfield who are tired, but we just don't have the depth. We just do not have the Saudi players. Al-Wada are now top of the league. I'm not too worried about it. I think even if we... Oh, that's concerning. We have a injury to a right back, and we don't really have anyone else. Right, well, Atabi is going to go right back. How do we cook this? How do we cook this up? You know what? No. Al-Shamari is going to go right back. Al-Khamis is going to come out on the right. Trizoldi down the middle. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but what do you want me to do? Bring the goalkeeper on? Right, well, fine. We've got the goalkeeper on up top. Backup goalkeeper on up top. Brilliant stuff. The backup goalkeeper is on up top. Vin. I like that it didn't just like let you play with 10. Like, you have to bring someone on. Backup goalkeeper's up top. Well, now I'm worried because we've got a silly goalkeeper. I mean, if he scores... He is called Al-Khamis, which is amazing. Because our other striker is actually called Al-Khamis. But, yeah. Wait, how have I done this? Because Al-Khamis didn't get injured. It was the right back. I'm confused. I'm confused what I've done here. I'm very confused. What have I done? No, I moved one Al-Khamis onto the right, and then our backup goalkeeper is now a striker. Is that the goalkeeper or is that the striker? I don't know. I mean, if that's the goalkeeper, that's incredible if he nearly got an assist. So he's number 30, so I keep an eye on number 30. I would love it if our backup goalkeeper got a goal. That would be incredible. I just want to see him play in the engine. I just want to see him do something. I hope that was him, number 30. I don't think it was, though. I think it was our right wing, Al-Khamis. Imagine if he scored here. Imagine if he scored. Where is he? I just want to see him. Where is he on the pitch? Give it to the striker. Give it to Al-Khamis. Where is he? Is that him? I think that's him. Yeah, so it's... Yeah. I think that's him. He's not got a number. No, so he was the one who did the pass. What a hell of a pass from our backup goalkeeper. Oh my God, I thought it was going to come to him. Give it to Al-Khamis. Give it to the strike. Give it to the backup goalkeeper. No, come on. Backup goalkeeper. We need to see a goal from we need to see a shot from him at least. So he actually made that pass, which was on the swivel, and it was like a really nice pass. Unbelievable. I mean, he's already done enough. I just didn't notice it. These have got themselves in, actually. Oh, good save from Macbell. I really wanted to see him do something. I wish we could have seen him do something. It is a little bit worrying with Alanetzi getting injured. I guess we'll just probably play Al-Zabadi there next time if he's not fit. But we do win 3-1. We do finish 2 games, 2 wins in the group. Good start. Exactly what we expected, though. Exactly what we expected. Yeah, he's going to miss a couple of weeks, so he might miss a game or 2. We're not going to play the backup goalkeeper up front. We will figure something else out. So when you come back, we're going to play a ton of league games. We'll have played 2 more Champions League games, Cup, League, all that kind of stuff. We'll come back in December for our last 2 games in the group. We'll play Dordoy, and then more importantly, we'll play Al-Wada. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hexagon Challenge. I'll see you all for more very soon.